Okay, here we go again. Some more rocks for identification. This time, though, all of these came from Florida. I will do my best to remember the exact locations that these came from. All right, so to start, this was Mike Roas State Park. Not 100%, I can't really remember what part of Florida that is. But, there we go. So this looks like it has quartz grains. So I'm not sure whether or not to call this a sandstone or not. See the grains there. Obviously this white tannish color. Now with a lot of Floridian rocks, I kind of assumed they would do this. And there it is. A little bit of acid and some fizz. So it's definitely a calcium carbonate, either as maybe the cementing agent can be calcite or a calcium carbonate. I didn't see any fossils in here. There's that. We'll let that fizz off to the side. This was fun. I've always known this exists. This really tan. I mean, there's fossiliferous limestones in New York as well. I think that's what this is. Floridian style. This isn't coquina because it's not entirely shell fragments, not that I can tell. And what do you know? It too fizzes. The shells and stuff obviously would because of the calcium carbonate. Now I think a lot of the rocks, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, I think a lot of the rocks, the sediments that were laid down in Florida, or maybe the Cenozoic era. Yeah, another. Alright. So that off to the side. This was really cool. Oh, that last one is also from the Mike Roas State Park. This is as well, and this caught my eye, obviously because of this. It is a large Feldspar, I believe. You know, this nice cleavage plane. Now, up close, it's got a bit of a pinkish hue to it. Let's see if I can. It may not show up so great in this. It's a pinkish hue to it. So I almost want, and I don't see striations, which I think calcium feldspars are more apt to have, like plagioclase. So to me, this might be a K-spar or potassium feldspar or orthoclase. I think those are all the same terms for the same thing. Now on the back side of it, I'm not sure if this is, I didn't wash this off, which I'm not really sure why I didn't. I'm not sure if we're gonna really find another nice cleavage plane like that. But this one was really exciting for me, because also on that trip there is a Chamblin's used bookstore. It's this massive warehouse, and I found for a really good deal the Smithsonian rock and mineral book, which is really good. Does a great job with discussing like the feldspars, and has a really nice diagram on how they go from alkali to calcic, maybe? Is it calcium rich, like plagioclase? So I thought that was really neat. Just for the fun. I really don't think anything's going to happen, but let's just do it just because it's on theme. Yeah, didn't think so. There's no calcite or anything in this. I think this is just a feldspar. Yeah, I can see the cleavage planes there too. If I were to crack this, break this, which I was a little apprehensive to do, probably find more cleavage planes throughout it. So, really, really neat. Next up, this thing, I think is a sandstone. I mean, look at all those different grain sizes in there. This thing is, yeah, I don't know if this could be called a conglomerate or not, but that is like a lot of different grains of different stones and maybe minerals, of course. I always think I see quartz. I mean, with how abundant quartz is, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet to assume that there's quartz, and not everything, of course, but quite a few things. This is a neat yellowish grain here. Yeah, pretty cool. Very, very cool. Now, we're going to put this down, because wouldn't you guess that I believe the cementing agent would be a type of calcite. Wouldn't you know? Pretty cool. Very cool. I never get tired of sandstones. There's this very large book. I believe it's just called Sand and Sandstones. I don't know the authors or anything, but the introduction is kind of funny that there are conferences for people to just go and discuss sandstones and sand around the world, which is great. It'd be something I'd be into. All right, the next one, this was odd. Found this, this was the last state park that we stayed in. I'm trying to remember the park. It was very cool. It had a fort attached to it. Oh. If I think of it, I might do another video on some shells that I found. If I think about it, I'll reintroduce this one and say where it came from. This is close to Amelia Island, I want to believe. So the northern part of Florida. But this was at our campsite, and it was next to the fire pit of the campsite. And I had been trying to look for things that weren't just sedimentary stones, you know. And so I believe what's here is just a granitoid. It seems to be mostly quartz. There's the darker mineral I believe is biotite. You know, biotite mica. I mean, not all of the dark minerals, but there was definitely some that I was able to find with higher magnification. And to me, there was very little, at least calcium feldspars. I'm not sure if I am mistaking some of the white as being maybe a sodium or an alkali feldspar, but I believe this is a granitoid nonetheless. Give it a flip and see if we can get some other cleavage planes in different lighting here. But I was very excited to find this. Finding what, to me is an igneous rock was unique. I'm not going to bother to put acid on this. And then I don't really know what to think about this one, because it's it almost seems like it's man-made. For its size, it is very light. I think up close there's quite a bit of vesicles in it as well. a lot of these darker, not darker, but these rustier parts aren't stone. It's just like a rusting color. I believe what else was in there was really just some black grains, definitely some angular parts in a matrix of tannish material. I did not test this for calcite or a calcium carbonate, so let's try it now. Okay, yeah. Wow, that is rapid. And I think because of the vesicles, this thing is very airy. So yeah, wow, yeah, and it traveled right through it. Almost like a soil media, like a potting soil. A nice airy potting soil just went right through it. So yeah, this was weird, and that's exactly why I decided to take it. I don't know where to begin describing, other than obvious. I believe that so maybe it's not man-made. I don't know if you use man-made. Maybe this is volcanic because of the vesicular nature of it. I don't know. I want to mesh a lot of terms together to describe this, which would probably be wrong, but well, anyways, I think my next video is going to be about more stones from where I am. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a message. If you leave a message, I'll try my best to get back to you. Alright, thanks. Bye.